Judd, I'm going to start with you. I have an individual question for you. I'm always you've made a number of movies. Of all the films you've made, which is the one that changed the most in the editing room, and why?
That's a very good question. Well, of the ones I've directed, I mean, I'm pretty close to my structure, and then I just, I'm in a war with myself about how long to make it, because I have a long attention span when I like something, So now, like, the whole world is willing to watch, like, 5 episodes of Narcos at a time. I'm like, yes, now you're getting to what I want to do. But they're all kind of similar. I mean, there's never been one where, like, I reinvented it in the edits. Like, it's usually what I thought it was in the beginning.
So there's, like, nothing dramatic? No huge changes?
No. I've never done a reshoot on any of my movies either. And it's not that they didn't need them. I always just figure that the second I'm done shooting, like, in my head, that world is gone. And all I have is the footage, like it's a documentary. I never think, I'm going to go back in there and clean up that scene. Like, the second we stop shooting, I mentally can't, like, get back in it again.
I heard you're friends with Colin, and I'm just curious, what was it like telling him that you wanted to make this movie? Was it an awkward conversation, or was he like, "Oh, you should do this"?
I called Colin while I was writing the movie, and then we have friends on White Lotus, and we were checking in with everybody who was in the middle of a bubble production, and everybody was really great, and they would tell us stories like, "Oh, someone put on a wig and escaped the hotel tonight," and so we would just put things in the movie. But he was really great. I went with him to watch them score the new Jurassic movie, and it was one of the great experiences at Abbey Road. So he's been a great friend to the project.
Watching this movie, it shines a light on the fact that sometimes people are doing press that don't like each other, and you put on a brave face and you smile and get along. So of the 3 of you, who hates who?
I hate both of them so much. No.
Harry.
Harry is a sociopath.
So, yeah, it was difficult
I'm
to work
very
with.
difficult to work with.
So many iced coffees
Thrown
at my trailer.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Every morning.
No, I'm joking. No, it was brilliant, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was we were also excited to be allowed back outside. So that was we were so desperate to have human interaction that
and
we
to
just
get new stories.
Yeah,
oh my god, a new story.
Like, oh, that happened this year. So yeah, it was really fun.
One of the other things about this movie, and also just in general, I'm constantly amazed at the level of when certain press ask actors or a director to solve a world problem, in a junket situation like this. So I am very curious. What have you been asked that you're like, are you effing kidding me? You're asking me this right now.
Yeah.
Luckily, no one is asking us anything important.
Yeah.
No one expects us to know anything.
But
or
do you know
be
what I
helpful.
mean, though?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think I've proven over a long period of time that I'm the wrong person to ask for advice on almost anything.
At some point Netflix could make a Cliff Beasts movie, and I'm just curious, in the contracts that you guys signed, did you work in for residuals?
For residuals if they
make
more?
a Cliff Beasts, yes.
Where they get rid of me but keep the Cliff Beast thing going?
Yes.
Like Jaws 3D
Yes.
without Spielberg? It could happen. I have to check with my lawyers now. I never thought about that.
Did you actually think about that at all? That could actually become something?
We laughed about it the whole movie. We said the logical next thing is that we make Cliff Beast 7.
Yeah.
And then when the fake trailer for it came out, I was like, I'd watch this.
Yeah.
Amazing. It looks
exactly.
so good.
There was a surprising amount of dancing in this movie. I mean, a real surprising amount. And I'm curious, is it more nerve-wracking trying to coordinate dancing and all that stuff than it is for a more dramatic scene? Because dancing, you almost get judged more on that.
When you have dancers like this.
Yeah, so I trained at the Royal Ballet for many, many, many years for this. No, I didn't. But it was. I think what was maybe the most difficult, because when the actual dance came about, I think we were also excited to do it. It was kind of like trying to treat a room of toddlers to focus on what was happening, and we're all just going
I was taught by James Brown, so I went in there and just smashed it. And I had many breaks. They were like, "Can we just give us a chance to teach everyone else?" So yeah, go on, the novices. And then, no, I'm joking. But everyone was really good.
Everyone took it very
turned out.
seriously.
I'm
They
really
worked
bad
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, our dance teacher was on us. Like,
Yeah.
I was really bad with choreography, like actually doing it at the same time. So I'd be like, "Oh, Charlotte, can I watch?" and then copy. And she was like, "Okay." And then I'd watch, see them do it, and I'd turn around, "All right, there it is," and I still mess it up.
You're like, "Oh, I see."
I was like, "That formula didn't work."
It was funny because Ryan Heffington choreographed all of our dances, and then he choreographed the big finale of Euphoria that Maude was in. So we had a lot of collaboration with him. So that was fun because we had the greatest choreographer you ever could have doing our ridiculous dances.
Well, I've actually, this has been a really good year also because I love the Peacemaker opening, James Gunn's show.
Yeah.
Has a great dance thing. This has great dance. Euphoria. It's just, it's a, is it the pandemic or just everyone is into doing
I
dance
blame
stuff?
Lin-Manuel. he's done all of them. Nah, it's wicked though. I love seeing dance stuff when it's done right.
It was also like I found it very like satisfying to learn. Like it was like a new skill that I then immediately left as soon as I stopped.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
If
I
I
do
tried
know,
to do
yeah.
it now, it would be the saddest thing I ever caught on tape. It was-
I'm very curious. I'm obviously also a fan of Pam, and she wrote the script with you. Can you sort of talk about working with her and just the collaboration because she's also a very gifted writer?
Well, I had this idea, and I was walking on the beach all summer long, and I kept thinking about the stress of trying to make movies in the bubble, because there's this pressure, from the whole system to keep making movies even during a difficult time. And I realized I would never write it quickly enough unless I was really laughing and enjoying myself. And Pam Brady is the funniest. And she co-wrote the South Park movie, and she did Lady Dynamite with Maria Bamford, and we did just laugh so hard while doing it. And she also just put me in a good mood because she's like a happy person. Like I'm more of a more morose comedy writer. Like, is this joke good? Do you like this joke? And she's a laugher, and she's the reason why we were able to make it. And she was in America when we were doing the movie. We were in London, so I would call her on my way home from work every night when she was waking up, and we would rewrite the next day's work.
And this leads me to my next thing, which is on set, how controlling, pretend you're not here,
Yeah.
how controlling is your director on set, and how much is he allowing you to sort of, find stuff in the moment?
Oh, you were very, very encouraging. It was like such a lovely environment in that you would kind of follow the script at first, and then you had Judd was on this like kind of speaker system, and then kind of really trust you to kind of like riff and improvise, as well as there's like the writers also like offering up suggestions and stuff like that. So it felt incredibly collaborative, which just I think also created a lovely dynamic on set. It kind of felt like everyone was contributing to this.
I have a question. How much does Judd pay you to say this?
So much, an eye-watering amount,
Loads.
and it's worth it.
Well, this was Harry's first movie, and we didn't even know how much he would be in the movie. We just said we need a COVID supervisor. Harry's really funny. We'll just have him around in all the scenes, and maybe we can throw him something to do. And the first day, he did this incredible riff with Guz, and then we were like, did he prepare those improvs? And so the next day he had a scene, and we threw him a curveball where we were doing nothing in the script, and it was all just as good. And we were like, oh,
I didn't realize
man.
that was a fun little test you gave. Like, amazing.
Sweating.
Yeah. Oh my god! Like the entire first 2 days.
It was, oh my God.
I thought I was going to faint the entire time. It was.
We were all like, I remember that my first day, I think I had a scene with you.
Yeah. It's the
Peter
first
and
scene in the
Danielle.
film.
It was the
Yeah,
first scene
yeah.
in the film. And I remember we hadn't met Judd in person. And as soon as we got in, Ben was like, all right, can we all just stand on our marks? And then next thing we heard a voice of God going, all right, guys, we're going to da.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh gosh, we're in it. We're in it now.
Yeah.
All right, okay, all we need to do is get past this moment and we won't lose our jobs. So we all did
We
it.
were
and
just-
it
I remember we were just looking at
we
each
were
other
just
the
looking at
entire
each other.
time,
Was
like,
it funny?
Yeah.
Was it funny?
Good.
And then once we got through that and it was a laugh, and then it just became much more relaxing and we
Yeah.
started to become more free. I always felt like the day that I felt the most free was when me and Karen, when we were doing the Why Do Birds?
Oh,
that was a
yeah.
really nice...
That was
because
really early on,
everyone was
wasn't it?
together and
Yeah.
everyone was just, that was a fun day. But
Yeah.
it really laid back, really chilled. It was fun.
On that note, I need to stop. I'm just going to say again, I really appreciate you guys making me laugh.
Thank
And
you.
good luck with the rest of your speed dating.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.